But when I look back in retrospect, literally that's what I've done my entire life, including when I lost my husband to suicide in 2009. Most people, I'm a mother of three, full-time entrepreneur, taking care of everything as we often do as high achieving, high functioning women. And honestly, I don't think we had a lot of languaging, or maybe I just wasn't aware really of what kind of depression and those things look like. My husband fell into a depression. He was in the financial business right out to the fall of 2008. He just felt a little withdrawn. I didn't really recognize him. When he's in a mode, he isolates. So I thought he was fine. He woke up one morning, put on his suit and tie, grabbed his briefcase, gave me and the three kids at the time a kiss goodbye, told us he loved us, and walked out the door like any other day, but knowing he was never coming home. So he goes missing for 24 hours. I'm calling, I'm texting, because of course the same day I found out I was pregnant with my fourth child.
The same exact day.
So long story short, overnight, my life completely changes.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
even though we might be the head of the household, leading everything and feeling like we have 8 arms, right? And when that other person is actually removed from the home, shit gets real fast.
Right. Oh my God.
So in that moment, I essentially had to make a decision. Am I going to be a victim to this and allow this to completely divert my path? Or am I going to choose to be a victor over my situation and just get real creative and find the courage, find the resources, and whatever else I'm going to need in order to move forward and continue with my purpose?
That's so courageous. And victim or victor is a big
Yeah.
quote from my martial arts instructor too,
Oh,
which I love. But can you just share a little bit about what that moment or the days and weeks were like after
yeah.
finding out that your husband wasn't coming home? What was that like for
Yeah.
you?
Well, I've had, unfortunately, fortunately, resilience is born in the hard times, is what I'll say. And unfortunately, I had so many experiences up to that point that prepared me for that experience.
Wow.
I essentially checked out, is how this happened. Honestly, I don't even remember the first probably year and a half after he passed.
Wow.
I remember maybe the first 3 days when I was in shock, when I was falling apart, when I was on my knees in the bathroom, when the kids would go to bed, like literally bawling and curled over like I was gonna throw up. Like, I remember those feelings so viscerally, like right now. I had it and still feel those emotions. But I believe at some point, probably within the first week of his passing, I just checked out.
Yeah.
And I went into automatic mode like we often do. And then I woke up a year and a half, 2 years later, and I'm like, holy crap, I've like taken over the financial business, continued to run my personal development company. I was freaking performing on stage at night, like doing a million things. I started a nonprofit called Hands of Comfort Foundation to serve other people, the cause, and other people. And I wanted to make sure that I help everybody else. But when I finally woke up, I realized that even though I had this big, beautiful home that my husband and I had created together and had essentially, in the material sense, gotten everything I'd ever asked for, my home was empty and soulless, and I just wasn't happy anymore. I wasn't fulfilled. And so that was actually how I moved to San Diego. I woke up one morning, Spirit said, "You are released." All my family, friends, everybody was in Vegas where I was living at the time. I didn't tell a soul that I was leaving. And I just decided I needed a fresh start and to figure this shit out and create life on my terms. So I bounced. I sold the house. I sold everything in it within 27 days and didn't tell anyone I was leaving until 3 days before.
How about the kids?
The kids knew. They were just along for the ride. But yeah, sometimes you have to make radical decisions and be radically an advocate for yourself in order to make real change in the world.